Welcome back. Friday. Some people's favorite day of the week. Me, I'm just pissed off because now I have to kill 2 days before I can go back and do something on Monday. What are we looking at? Well, today would be flask number 35, so you actually know what it is long before I do. Let's get our pour on. Also a little thing called show prep. Hanging out with the boys. Another time where I honestly wish that we had a working call-in line. Remembering Mr. Holster tonight over at Locked and Loaded. Okay, it's whiskey-ish looking. A little bit on the lighter side. Of course, that really just comes from the amount of color that they put in it. Definitely heavier notes, more of that oak and a little bit of almost like a smell of varnish, you know, turpentine, rotting mealworms. No, I'm just kidding. Smile money. I used to throw out as much disgusting stuff as possible, so smile money could go. Yeah, it sounds like just the thing I want to slam. A little bit of pepper way at the back, but mainly, and I've said this I don't know how many times, it smells like it's gonna have a little bit more kick and a little bit more burn. So cheers. Cheers, everybody. Oh yeah. And it's still coming on. I really hate it when it absolutely smells like whiskey and NIHAP informs me it's Scotch. I'm not getting any kind of a peatiness at all off of this. Now this is one that does beat you up a little bit more. But it's kind of like the Glenfiddich. It kind of rolls through a harsh area, at least for me, and then kind of tapers off with like a little bit of a boom, like a not a boom, like a bang. Yeah. Cobra, it's a bang. It's definitely not a boom. My account is all used up on the gratuities for infringements. So yeah, so it has this kind of a bang, and then it just kind of like tapers off, and I'm getting like this really smooth, not really like a biscuit, but more like a nutty bread. The glasses are doing it for me. I don't know about you. It's that whole librarian thing. Yeah, or a nurse. Yeah, you can check my temperature. Or maybe I should check yours. Role play, huh? What? Yeah, definitely starts off kind of harsh. For me, my guess is that this is a lower end whiskey. To me, it's if it turns out that it's really expensive, I know it's one that I don't have to ever worry about buying, because it just kind of gets you on the dingleberry, kind of kicks the dingleberry's ass. There's like a little bit of what seems like it's gonna be some like an alcohol burn, and then it just kind of fizzles away. and it doesn't leave much behind. So if it is a higher end, it's one I probably won't have to worry about visiting. And I'm just not getting any signs. I'm sticking with whiskey. First in the club house was Stephen Bush saying 1, and then Jolson says this video needs more cowbell and shots. And I think you anti cowbell people, I think you're starting to get under the between Tardisius and Jolson. I don't know. And I'm spelling it with an E. Age, I don't know, like 5 minutes. Aromas, kind of a oaky harshness. A little peppery on the back note. And taste, again, it's for me it's kind of harsh right up front. I'm getting that burn. You know, there's not really a flavor in burn, and then that little bang area kind of goes into a relatively calm, like an oaky vanilla, almost like a bread kind of finish. Overall, I'm going to give this a 3.5. Oh yeah. Cowbell and shots. Okay, we're already doing shots, so I'm not really sure where we fall on this. The cap guns, well, I have the badass one. It's just this one has been this one I can openly say, if the ATF wants to stop over, this cap gun is fully suppressed. I mean, we are nearly talking about Hollywood levels of. Oh, these weren't in my plastic container, but I see that they weren't ripped open to the point of the latest rounds. But I don't think these ones were the most energetic of all of them. So shots. One went off. I mean, after all, they have been sitting in the man cave, aka the basement, now for the better part of a year. Come on, play along. That was a fire. We got three. We got 3 to go, Jolson. I tell you, the loudest of all of them was that little plastic cap gun that Steve Schweitzer gave me. I got this from, in case you're new, or there's a whole bunch of you that I didn't realize were actually following this channel, so I don't know if you mainly just caught it because it was like day one for me, finding out earlier that same day, finding out that I lost another friend of mine to fucking cancer. On the other hand, I knew what Scott was going through, and I'd rather say goodbye to my friends than see them suffering. And he was not getting the quality of life that that he is used to. You know, he is after all, I don't know if I'd use the words free spirit. I think of some pot-smoking girl wearing a daffodil skirt when I think of free-spirited, but he definitely burned his own path. And the smart people followed. So that's that. And the secret code, in case you're wondering what the hell I'm doing, I actually gave away the last packet I had of the actual Pop Rocks, but the Pop Rocks is the secret symbol to either mute or hit fast forward until you see the cowbell, because it's one way to avoid it, but it's another way for the people that love the cowbell because they've got the fever. And I hit that cowbell out of the utmost respect for one of my oldest YouTube friends, and that would be Tardisius, the man of mystery. And like I told you, Tardisius, I ordered a set of that professional level of lockpick set. Seems pretty good, and that transparent lock, it didn't actually say anything about coming with that, but it came with that test lock, and with one of the picks, the one that had the most bumps on it, the closest to duplicating a key, I am able to open up the test one with that. I need to get my hands on some a few actual. I was going to bring home a lock from work, and a master lock, and give it a try. And I also was going to try the back. I'd love to try the back door to see if I can open it. Of the house. I don't know what you're thinking about. But yeah, what got me into it is a little thing. Both Nihap and Tardisius, and no, I'm not. Christine's like, why did you buy a lockpick set? And I said, because why not? So yeah, Tardisius, I gave that a whirl, and he's got some videos of picking some locks, and the one that honestly shocks me the most, he opens up a Brinks lock, which is sold at Walmart, with nothing but the tensioning tool. Puts the tensioning tool in, turns it, and the thing frickin' opens. The other one he opens with the pick, basically just like I opened up the tester, or the lock that came with the pick, whatever I said a moment ago, it made more sense. And the other video, the one that shocked me the most, is these big frickin' industrial locks. I keep forgetting to bring it down and show you the key. The key, it looks like it's laser cut. It doesn't look like anything else that's on my key ring. And Tardisius basically just runs the tool in across all the things and turns it, and it opens. I'm like, that's great. That's what we have on our storage facility door. Sorry, I was just in case Nihap is busy pretending to be Tugboat Tony. I figured I better get this thing get this thing off. Sub comments. Smile Money. How about instead of cowbell, you ask for more dog whistle? Jolson. Nah, I like the cowbell. Tardisius. I double dog dare ya. Ha ha, I see what he did there. Smile Money top 5 or number 3 spot on the podium? Foo Master 2. This is an early one. Cheers, brother. I know I didn't do one yesterday. I had shit to do. was behind on my responsibilities with John Solar, so I figured I better get my Battle Box video up. And you know, again, honestly, I can't help but be that on any of the videos. I constantly tell people, hey, if you want to send me something to review, don't be butthurt if the review sucks. If something actually breaks or goes wrong or doesn't do what it's supposed to, I usually contact the manufacturer first. And I've had things that I'm just like, what do you want me to do with this? Whatever I want, or send it back, because I'm not going to do a video. Because I can't say anything nice. And they're like, whatever you want. That kind of thing. This month's Battle Box, a whole bunch of things that, generally I can be put into use. You know, if I had doled out $150, do I feel that I got my money's worth this month? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I really honestly give a shit about throwing knives, especially those. I mean, I always think of the one that looks more like a boot knife, but maybe it's just the steel, and it doesn't actually come with the handle on it. Which is, I mean, if you wanted to convert that over, you could make your own damn handles and do what you want with it. Having said that, these ones, the more I think about it, I mean, they would have to, 50% more likely that you could get it to stick because there's a blade on both ends? Other than that, I'm not a fisherman, and I don't play one on TV. And, hypothetically speaking, let's say David Brown owned a big fishing boat, because he doesn't. He has a fucking kayak. And he had a big fishing boat, and he wanted me to come and go fishing with him. Hell yeah, I would. I grab like a bag of sunflower seeds and pistachios and probably some spindles. And a few fishing beers. And I get to go hang out with someone I consider part of my family. Catch the fish. I'll take it off the hook and I'll throw it in your live well, and then it's all yours after that. I don't want anything to do with it. It's the same thing. I know some of you are like, what a pussy, or whatever. But it's not who I am. I'm a guy with a room full of guns and a passion that runs a mile wide for firearms and everything to do with them, and collecting them and enjoying them. And I don't hunt. I don't hunt. Well, do you have a problem? No, I don't have a problem. I've gone hunting. I had a friend for a couple of years in a row, paid for the license, and if I shot something, it was all yours. Same with a fish. I'll help you drag it to the truck. After that, I don't want anything to do with it. I give endless amounts of shit to a good friend of mine. Spent $3,500 to go to Colorado to hunt elk. Didn't even see one. Excuse me. I'm like, you know what? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm at the meat counter at Super One getting a really nice looking fillet. How's your day going? Hello? I mean, to each his own. Some of you guys are ultra passionate about it. Good for you. I'm glad. I mean, I'm not gonna. It's like people that, like a fucking libtard Democrat going off on someone because they're a capitalist, or because they have money, or they started a company, or some dumb fuck like Obama saying, "You didn't build that. Someone else built that." Oh, really? Fuck you, you dumb piece of shit. You didn't build that. Oh, really? My name's on the company. I'm the one that took all the risk. I'm the one that, built a business and hired employees and pay out payroll and blah, blah, blah. And I can tell you one thing. You didn't have a fucking thing to do with it. Let's not forget the president who stood there and said, "Those days are gone." That's right. those days where people were making money, or they're all gone. You're all fucked. Well, if you keep voting Democrat, he's 100% right. Look what's happening under Trump. You get some idiots. Yeah, that would be idiot spelt Jorn. I'm just kidding, my friend. That somehow think that there's something wrong. Well, let's see, the economy is going in a direction that it hasn't gone in a long time. Basically, my only complaint is stay fast on the Second Amendment and stop being manipulated by the fucking lies. Okay, sorry. A little harsh. I think it has an oaky vanilla with this kind of weird bready finish. And I gave it a 3.5. Boom. I mean, bang. Bang. I meant bang. Go back and check the files. Okay. Now we wait for a response. Clyde, 5th revolution. Gunwild, 6th, bitches. Bearded CB, top 10. Poco Local, that's a nice round booty. Cobra says thank you. Poco Local, top whatever, who gives a fuck as long as you're in before Joey. This is true. Bearded CB again. The bulbous head of yours almost kept blocking the brew babe's sweet ass before you even had a sip. Careful, lest Ed and Mr. Holster strike down with lightning upon thy. Probably. Okay, is this already him or is this Jolson? Glenlivet 12? No way. Really? What is it that we were Glenfiddich. Oh, so everything I could possibly get wrong about this I got wrong. Doesn't remind me at iota of being a Scotch. I guess we got the kick in your ass part, which he likes. No, I stick with what I said. This saves me from actually spending any money on it. No, I find that there's a really harsh right in the middle. You know, the only reason that I was thinking, am I picking right on a whiskey over a Scotch whiskey, was it has almost that identical dry, really clear, no aggression area with that like that bready vanilla right at the end. That was identical to the Glenfiddich. Here. Well, at least I know what I don't have to waste my money on. Turns out that his journal's all wrong. No, I'm not liking this at all. I'm just honestly, I'm not. If I found out this was like a $500 bottle of Scotch or something, I'd be like, good. No, it's got You know what I wonder is just about everything that I have sampled from him in this run is either a middle of the road or up whiskey or a scotch. This would be kind of like nothing but high-end craft beers, and then going back. Turns out he wasn't really that big of a fan of it either. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, he can just see the expression on my face like, okay, I'm glad we aligned on this, because if someone were to throw out, yeah, I'm sitting here having a good evening with a bottle of Glenlivet 12, I'd be like, oh yeah, he spent a little money on himself, but the hell was I about to do? No. 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 See, everything that I actually want to compare it with is just another is an Isla, so that ain't gonna work. Did I have any of 30? No, I drank it all. I have some of 34 left. Other than that, all the flasks went back to the motherland. Yeah, I have really nothing to compare it to. If we're gonna finish this out, if we're gonna finish this out, this is gonna go into the infinity bottle. I honestly, if I'm gonna hang out with friends and family, I'm gonna do it under good terms and not. I can't say terrible. Well, I guess giving it a 3.5, it doesn't really get a hell of a lot worse, does it? I want to go back to the happy end. Now, again, that infinity guy right there, that's all stuff that on the books wise is all fairly decent stuff, and there's probably people out there like you sitting back happily going, yeah, shit, I'm drinking that right now. It's one of my favorites. Sorry on this. I'll tell you what, to finish off the fun with you guys, I'm gonna pour myself some Ardbeg instead. I did not look at how many comments. I'm really shocked at how many people watched the saying goodbye to Mr. Holster. Brandon again, at a minute 57, cutting close to the 2-minute mark. You do realize Jack is still monitoring these, right? Oh, I'm sure he probably is. Brandon again, and top 10 comments you managed to sub to a channel YouTube friend swindler? And top 10 comments you managed to sub to a channel YouTube friend. Brandon, I don't even have a clue what you mean by that. Oh, God. This is just so much better. Smile money. Drink a Palooza. I bet Christopher brings Miller. Christopher, he's talking about a loan company. Christopher doesn't fucking know quality beer if it smashed him in the face. Yeah, of course he's drinking Miller. The champagne of beers. Who came up with that? Miller, that's who. The champagne of beers. Probably I don't like champagne either. Cobra says lasagna Palooza. I like where he's. Brandon again. It's been a rough year and 9 months for everyone for sure. In one way, shape, or form. Yes, sir. Fogo Local, careful, you might have a rum tasting challenge coming. God. Smile Money, Ryan Newman, yes he did. You want a crash? Look up Jeff Bodine truck crash in Daytona. I might have to. Not that I, enjoy watching other people crash. I mean, it's cool and they walk away and you're just like, how? How did he walk away from that? Bearded CB again, Brandon. Good to hear Dave Brown was able to get that gal help. That area is a dark path. It's a rough one. Yeah, I would know, but had great friends to help me. And later in life, I found creative world called YouTube, and thought it, and through it, good friends. Hey. I realize you probably don't need it anymore, but if you ever do, Brandon, I'm always here. It's kind of like the psychology version of talking to someone that can't cook about the next meal you want to make. But I try. Cobra, I'm here for roll call. The fake Cobra burnout. Said the loser. Fake Cobra burnout. We haven't heard from the fake Cobra burnout in a long time. Cobra says, not what your sister says. Oh yeah, I love that. Personally, that's one of my favorite comebacks. Especially for Matt. Brandon again. The whole Obama mandatory health care bullshit really skyrocketed costs of insured health care. Straight up bullshit prices since 2013. Even TRICARE for reservists doubled in the time frame. Horse shit. No shit. People wonder, when my grandparents, in my grandparents' time, and of course I knew my grandparents, so it's not like it's all that long ago. My grandma could have easily stayed at home while my grandfather worked. My grandfather originally owned his own garage, his own service station. Got the keychain to prove it. And but my grandma really enjoyed being a teacher, and she third grade, and so they both worked, even though at that point in time they really didn't. They had a nice home in a good part of Duluth. Because she was a teacher, she had all summers off. My grandfather eventually sold his business. He just didn't like the hours. Because he ran his business the way a private owner should. If the phone rang at 3 o'clock in the morning because someone had your keychain with the hour or the phone number on it, I believe it had both the shop and the home number, he would get on his boots at 3 o'clock in the morning and go help somebody out. I mean, he didn't have a tow truck, he'd just go help somebody out. And he got sick of all that, and he actually sold his garage and became a maintenance guy for one of the bigger buildings downtown. And long story short, because they both worked, they retired very comfortably, but they wouldn't have had to. These days, roll ahead till now, both of us have to work just to come up a day late and $1 short. And don't even get me going again on the fucking healthcare. Brandon. Mike, 9th person here. Mike again, happy Wednesday to all. Cheers. You too, my friend. Brandon, give me a holla on the thumb drive thing. Oh. Yeah, I think if we could take Mr. Holster and archive his entire YouTube time, I think a few of you wouldn't mind sharing in on that. Multi-Gunman, I'm an hour late. No use commenting now. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother. Real Koa Burnout. It was good to see Mr. Holster's channel still up. Just like Ed. As long as it's up, we can pay them a visit. Real cool burnout. When I get an urge for Mexican food, it's a solid 12-hour drive south, nonstop. Then when I want shitty Mexican food, it's a solid 12-minute drive to Taco John's, hitting every red light along the way and every bathroom on the way back. Brandon, Bearded CB. Ardbeg, good choice, methinks. I've heard great things about it. Oh, yeah, what a weird coincidence. And this isn't even their top dog shit, but I'm so glad I didn't listen to, is it Alex or Adam? I can never remember. Alex and Adam, manager and assistant manager over at the Keyport. I can never remember which one is which. So I just say, hey. Telling me, I don't know, that that's an Islay Scotch, and that means that the peat is dried over a fire, which makes it a very heavy hitter. Personally, when it comes to the smoke, when it comes to a smoke, almost like we made this, Brandon, we made this out at one of your camp outings over one of your fires, the Lafroig is what reminds me of that. Now, the Octomore 9.3, that delivers a smoke level beyond Ardbeg, but not a fireplace or more of a burnt smoke. And then it brings that cast strength, so it's got a hell of a lot more hit and flavor than this, but there's a little bit of a difference. I could have, if you look for this when it goes on sale, I can have, roughly have 5 or 6 bottles of Ardbeg for 1 bottle of the Octomore. Mike, that is why I live one day at a time. Never know if tomorrow will come. Amen is right, Real Cobra Burnout. Why? Why? If you're listening to me say this, I mean, even if we're friends, but you're a cocksucker, why? Why? Why are some people so bitter? Why do some people... Problem is the cocksuckers do usually last just about forever. Case in point, Ed and Scott. You got the true... In my world, Ed and Scott were true heroes. Because to me, a hero isn't some dumb motherfucker that can put on some shoes and not dribble and do free throws from the 3-point line. Or do a Hail Mary pass and win the big game. Those aren't heroes. Heroes to me are people like Scott and Ed. And the police and firemen and medical first responders, people that are willing to do just about anything to save another human being. The men and women in our military, the Coast Guard, get in a frickin' boat or one of their helicopters and fly out to where you go until the gas gauge tells you are now at the point of no return. You now have to turn back. Those are heroes. And just spending time with and knowing them both. I mean, really, I mean, if you watched Ed's videos, and especially Ed even a little bit more than Scott, if you watched Ed's videos, you knew exactly who he was. Scott was definitely a little bit more complicated, but the person that you see in his videos is the person that he was. He wasn't a loudmouth. He was definitely, even one-on-one, he was a more quiet person, and again, I keep saying this, but he's like the spaghetti western version of Clint Eastwood's character in real life, modernized a little bit. But both of them were the guys that if they looked you in the eyes and said, "This is what I am going to do," you knew that that was what was going to happen. The sense of honor for both of those gentlemen could not have been more true. Like I said, if you never had a chance to actually meet them in person, but you interacted with them, then you know what I'm talking about. And that was a privilege. Neither one of them would ever say that. If you actually looked them and said, "I am so honored that I know you," it's like Scott would probably punch you, and Ed would like turn like some weird shade of red and just like start to giggle and go, "No, no." But it was my deepest honor to have known those two men. And the fact that they were taken from us is an absolute crime when there's other people still walking this planet. No, I don't wish... Well, I do wish evil on a few people. They're just taking up our oxygen and taking our rights and making America a worse place than it ever was. But yeah, I'd give you a list. Now that I think about it, I'm sorry. I apologize for being an asshole, but I would so easily trade Scott and Ed for a list of a few people. Jolson, I'll bring a case of... Moving on. I'm not even going to finish that. The Real Cobra Burnout. West Texas Dust. Yeah, actually, after thinking about that, a.k.a. the stuff Mr. Holster blew out of the shot glass before pouring and partaking. He liked his rise. But towards the end, fighting the cancer, he wanted to give his body every chance he could. And I can honestly say he did have some regrets towards the end. And a lot of them was the fact that he knew the inevitable was going to happen. And he would have rather gone back and lived his life fully and the way he wanted to, and checked out sooner than giving up a bunch of things that he truly enjoyed in order to fight for what he told me was. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's exactly what he said. Keep him alive long enough for the deductible to renew. Mr. Holster, you nailed that one. Jolson, you and Christine are more than welcome to stay at the farm if you need to before or after the funeral. Jolson, the only thing... Oh, I appreciate that. And I'd like to take you up on that and have it not be related to the funeral, just to be able to get away and come down and do some shooting and work on our memoirs of why Joey is a douchebag. I'm just kidding, Joey. The only thing I've heard through the grapevine right now is there might be, say, a celebration of life maybe this summer. So again, I'll keep you informed if there's going to be a funeral or what. I know Katie and Christine had a longer conversation than I thought. She is also a woman of short words. Straight to the point, she is. I love that woman. I mean, seriously. I mean, you knew immediately upon meeting her in person where you stood and how she felt, and it's like now I see why the two of them, were like that. Mrs. Holster, I love you, and like Christine told you, anything you need. If you need me and Christine to, I don't know if you'll see this, probably not. I don't know. if you need anything, you know, just like Christine told you, we'll pack up and come down for the weekend. If we need to help with the farm, you know, I'll shovel horse shit. Especially if I can use the Bobcat. That's it's my favorite snow removal shovel. Cobra, thank you, Eric, for keeping the memory of those we've lost alive. Cheers to whoever comes up with a good salute to the fallen to end these vids. I don't think so. I mean, I don't want to sound all melodramatic and shit, but I don't have any faith on anything. It just seems like I don't want to get into the conspiracy theorist shit. Your government does not want you to live forever. That's all I'm gonna say. Cobra, I will do everything. I mean, I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. This has been the All Ed USAF channel since we lost him. Ed was one of my best friends. I talked to Ed every single fucking day. We video chatted. We had our own little plotting to try to help this person or that person, and tag teamed on doing stuff like that. And I miss him. I miss him so much. Oh, it's like hashtag be like Ed. Someday, Jay at Elite, someday it will before we lose either one of us. I actually wouldn't mind going through this and maybe doing something special to it. I have no idea at this moment in time. I got things that go through my brain. Obviously, I wish I would have had the guy at the gun show double tap both of these to get the burn in better. I won't make that mistake again, but I've been carrying the shit out of this, and I've been carrying another one the last week, but this one, Jolson, Mr. Holster made me leave my cowbell in the truck. Good. Speaking of Jay Elite Ammunition, all these new ones from them all suck. I'm assuming you were talking about the stock ale from, I'm assuming. Harmarsh 2? I don't know if I'm fucking that up. Someone that's been a friend over at the Ebomi channel, Ryan Newman walked out of the hospital with his 2 daughters. Yes, sir, I saw that, but holy shit, I have not really been able to find anything else. I have not been able to find anything else from him. It's like one minute he was like on his deathbed, and the next minute he's walking out of the hospital with his daughters at both hands. So gotta love the technology of crash protection in those cars. Zeus, Collier Gun Girls are back. Yeehaw! I saw that. I haven't had a chance to watch the video yet, but I have it saved. Harmarsh 2, because we don't know when we will die, we get to think of life as an inexhaustible well. Yet, everything happens only a certain number of times, and a very small number, really. How many times will you remember a certain afternoon of your childhood, or an afternoon that is so deeply part of your being that you can't even conceive of your life without it? Perhaps 4, 5 times more, perhaps not even that. How many more times will you watch the full moon rise? Perhaps 20. And yet, it all seems limitless. That was some deep ass shit. I'm gonna have it. Jay, they have 5 levels. I have only seen one in Jamaica that was aged 20 years. He would be talking about Appleton Estates rum, which I have been told I need to give it a try. Stephen Hobson Led. I don't like getting religious because I'm not. If God had a plan for people, giving them cancer to go see him sure is a terrible invitation. Just give him a call. Hey, it's God. Come see me. Religion is a touchy subject. And people that personally know me know that I'm not a person that offer myself up on Wednesdays and Sundays. That's just not who I am. I'm sorry if I'm diminishing the quality of my character. I am not a religious person. I believe in a higher power. Do I know what that power is? No, but I believe in a higher power. And it's funny that I was having this conversation this morning with my buddy Greg. He points to the ceiling, and the pattern on the ceiling looked like the human brain. And that's when I blurted out, these people that believe in evolution, I think, could not be more wrong. The human brain is capable of more calculations and computations than the most elaborate computer that we can make. And I'm sorry if you disagree with me, but to say that we started as a little bubbling pile of shit in a fucking pond and we turned into who we are, I don't know. I don't believe it. I believe that we were created. There is no way this shit happened from two cells fucking. Jay, the lead ammunition. I'm just so fucking sick and tired of losing people to or have their bodies destroyed by fucking cancer. I couldn't fucking agree with you more. Sharks ZF6, my friend. Cheers to the best friend I've never met. Eric B. Downs a shot of Old Forester 1910. Salute, my friend. Oh, you know what? You've mentioned that more than once, and I've never gone to look that up. Some reason, knowing you, it just doesn't sound cheap. Oh no, it's reasonably priced. But now I see I don't know if that's the Whiskey Tribe or their other channel, the Whiskey Vault. Fine whiskey. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Hey, if you're like me, again, the fact that you can take a shot of something that's, I'm looking at it. It looks like a $60 to $70 bottle, and it's quality. Why would everybody not want that? Seriously. I mean, NIHAP, I gave a great review for the Philadelphia, so he sent me a big-ass bottle. It probably set him back about $23. It's in a plastic container, and I liked it. I just reviewed something that a bunch of people probably consider a treat to have, and I guess at rating it a 3.5 sucks is sort of dramatic, but not. Then compare it with this Ardbeg, $55 to $65 for a bottle of this, and then compare it with the Octomore. Right now, the Octomore is the most expensive thing that I've ever had in a whiskey or a scotch. It's a scotch, and it is outstanding, and that's very disappointing because I do not live the lifestyle to have a $300 bottle of scotch on hand at any moment in time. The only reason I do is because NIHAP was gracious enough to actually send me the bottle. Now, I have to see how long I can get that thing to last. But I've found other things, like I said, that are definitely a lot cheaper that I enjoy. So, for me, looking at everything in front of me, right now, I like, in the order that I have, not the stuff I've reviewed because I don't actually have it, but stuff that I can go buy that I have had for myself so far. The top three, well, my top three, two of which I can go buy for myself, would be the Laphroaig, the Ardbeg, and then the Octomore. I found out I can order the Octomore off of Amazon for $295. Cancel. Whoops. Shark ZF6 again. Ha ha ha. Sailors drink rum. It's probably why Jim really likes it. Steven, I saved most and still have my brew reviews and some random other vids. Been using the same 2 terabit hard drive since the beginning and just barely over halfway full. Needless to say, the brew reviews fucked that all up. And to be, most sincere, to me, the brew review doesn't exist 48 hours after it goes up. Then I move on and I do the next one. I don't save a single brew review. I did for a while, and I actually ended up deleting. Oh, excuse me. When my friend built me my computer, it actually has 5 physical hard drives in it, and there's the C drive, which is a solid state. That one has a decent amount of storage. I think that one, by today's standards, it's not. And this thing was only built, 3 years ago now? 2 years ago now? It's a 500 gigabyte Samsung solid state. Then it has 4 1 terabit drives, and I only can see 2 of them. Every single time I put something on the D or the E drive, it automatically backs up to the other ones. So if something ever happens to the computer, I can't. It exists on 2 places at all times, and I can't lose it. But I had almost filled the one drive with the brew reviews, and I finally just said, you know what, other than wishing that I would have index marked some of the more special ones, mainly ones that I might have done with other people, like Christopher Alone Company, McGall, NIHAP, Ed. Anytime that there was a brew review that had, my ones with Mr. Holster, those, I should probably try to find those and back those ones up. That would be a loss to me. Me standing here by myself, Steven, after hearing the shit Jarn or whatever his name is said, fuck him. Oh, excuse me. Eric, I'm trying to make friends here, but not with someone with the mentality like that. No, I fully understand. I watch some of his videos and whatever. To me, no, you're right. I mean, if you're a foreigner and you're for Bernie Sanders and all you know is the life of socialism, try coming to America, man. It's the fucking land of the free. Don, trees are blowing. Don't plan on going anytime soon, but turning 70 in December, I know I have a lot more days behind me than I do ahead. But when the time comes, I will be homegoing and the biggest reunion ever. When the time comes, it'll be a homegoing and the biggest reunion ever. Don, I don't want to see you going anywhere either, and you're just simply another person that I've been friends with for a damn long time, and it would be nice to shake hands and shoot some shit at a range, or I don't even know if you drink. People I don't want to meet. My hollow point: watching you work the crowd is better than watching a Ron Popeil infomercial. And then David Brown said, "Troll boy, go to bed." Wade, Don't worry about me, brother. I'm as fine as a split frog's hair. But if for some reason, some strange reason, I do move up to the big house, let me say here and now, Hillary Clinton did it. It's my money. As for Virginia, you were ready to get in the van and planning for a blood spill. Then a victory happens and you don't even know it happened. I'm perplexed. I don't even know what's going on all the time in Minnesota because they seem like they sneak shit by left and right. No, why blame? Why you just taking shots at me? I didn't see anybody put up videos that I normally follow. All the people that put up Virginia is going to be this, or watch out for the red line, or they're herding everybody into the gated area. I didn't see a single one of those people put up a video that said, "Hey, we won." The thing is it's only postponed. I wouldn't call what's going on in Virginia a win, and they're busy moving the red fag laws through Minnesota. Crazy Scotsman, whiskey. Crazy Scotsman, of course the Chinese swearing not blocked. Scotsman? Where are we? Because I need to wrap this up. I'm almost out of time. Sharky, damn, Google didn't send any notification for hearts, bastards. Brew Babe is a nice one. I blame this on the Scotsman. Might have to bring this bottle upstairs and continue some show prep. Sharky, another member of my family that I will be pissed off if I don't get the opportunity to hang with someday. Cooking, shooting, drinking, shooting, cooking, shooting, cooking. Sharky, I'm just happy we don't have Taco John's over here in Holland. They have 3 Taco Bells in the country, but they aren't doing well, so I've heard. That doesn't come as a shock to me. If you're like the rest of the people over there, you're frickin' foodies. And you have a hell of a lot better to offer than Taco Bell or Taco John's. Joey, here. Cobra says, try harder, Joey. Jason Young, on the... saying goodbye to Mr. Holster video. Just caught on to Mr. Holster. Wish I knew him earlier. What a really wonderful human being. Praying for him and his family. Absolutely, Jason. Heart and thumbs up. Real cool burnout. I saw Joey's comment and I had to top it. You're welcome. Thank you. J-Dog is here at work. J-Dog literally just watched Blade Runner yesterday. Did you watch the director's cut? I don't like the director's cut. I even like the new movie that came out better. The director's cut was Ridley Scott's interpretation of what he thought should have been. So basically what they did is I think they added a few things, I'm not even sure, but they took out all of Harrison Ford's narration. Decker's narration. And I have a limited edition extended scenes one, which they left Decker's narration in. I don't like it without his narration. I think it is a much better movie. Ridley Scott's version, I'm sorry Ridley Scott, I just think you're wrong. So that's the one that's actually on Netflix right now. Pinky Werewolf. There's someone that's that I've known for a while. Am I even subbed to you over here? What the hell are you doing watching videos over here? No, I wasn't subbed to you, or at least I'm not at this moment in time. Damn it! I suspected the worst when I hadn't seen Scott on Facebook or any new videos on YouTube. I had subbed to Scott's Mr. Holster channel in his early days. We had many great exchanges, and he always gave me a shout out when I effed up politics out here, and when the effed up politics out here in California pulled their usual buffoonery. My dad had 2 cancer operations, then fell and broke his hip this year, which put a wrench in my socializing. I paused your video, grabbed a shot of George Dinkel Rye, one of my revolvers, one of my Glocks, Lon Murphy Bowie, Stetson Gus hat, and drank a toast to Scott along with you. To the sunny slopes. Damn it. Pinky Werewolf, you suck. To the sunny slopes of long ago. Rest in peace, my friend. Scott Steele. He will truly be missed. Both these guys are on the Flask 34 saying goodbye to Mr. Ulster. RS1. Rest in peace, Scott. Blue Thunder 40. Jim left his phone in his toolbox. Please send him messages and blow it up. I think that was yesterday, you dumbass. This was from like 2 hours ago. Jerry again. Sell everything. Keep the AK-47 and every Glock. Take it from me, an Irish guy. They go bang every single time. So does Joey's sister. Blue Thunder 40. Shoot. Fuck that. I'm going to be whining and dining Matt's sister. Just kidding, Matt. Jerry. Locks and are designed to keep honest people out. Well, I guess I must be honest because I want to learn how to bit now. Okay, where are we? I'm sure we're already fucking over. God damn it. Going to the Two-Hearted Ed and Mr. Holster Club, until I can think of a better name. First Dan is Jolson. The Two-Hearted Sunny Slopes Club needs more cowbell. That's not bad. Ed is associated with the Two-Hearted Ale, and Sunny Slopes is definitely that one's the force is strong with you right now, Jolson. And you're not getting any fucking cowbell, so knock it off. Gunwild. Cheers, people. Smile Money. Show prep time. Absolutely. Smile Money. 69th comment. You dirty bitch, you. Real Cold Burnout. Cheers, Two-Hearted Ale Club. Cobra again. Cheers to the No More Cowbell Club. Hashtag eardrums matter. Scotsman. Whiskey.
Listen, you fake news. You fake news.
Scotsman, you bastard. Ben, first. Well, you're the first to say first, if that matters, Ben. Okay, not to pick on Stalker Steve, but Real Cobra Burnout's in the club, so fuck Stalker Steve. We've got everybody that matters. Okay, apologize that it was an hour and like 10 minutes long. I will see you guys tomorrow. It's Saturday, which will be a no cowbell zone. Jolson, Tardisius, I'm sorry. Otherwise, hey, we could always put the silencer on the cowbell. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to deplane here and like now. So this will be up after Locked and Loaded. So I hope you came over and enjoyed us. Cheers, guys.